Hey there, my dear warm, serious Capricorns. This is your horoscope for March 2024. Let me drop a bomb news for you. Your career will be sky high in March and you will get to where you want to be, my dear Caps. Isn't it amazing news? Now, let me tell you all about March horoscope for you. And don't forget to check your rising sign and moon sign too. Those are very important because we all are consist of three signs, not only our sun signs, and they all three equally influence on us and brings events to our lives. So check up your rising sign and moon sign too. That's why we're all different Capricorns. Now, March will begin with North Node meeting up, shaking hands with Chiron. On 5th of March, this will be exact meet up when they will sit together and drink a tea or a cup of coffee and hug each other after so long time, because this is a very rare meetup. North Node and Chiron last time they met in 2008. Now that's been a long time ago, and they met in a different sign, so it means they were having different mood and different circumstances around them. Maybe they were not drinking tea at the time, drinking tea, but now they will be meeting in your house of family, my dear Capricorns. But their meetup influence actually already was in set. Is already in set since February. Up until end of April will be that way. All 3 months, February, March, and April, we will be feeling they are conjunction. But on 5th of March, they will be at the exact same point. But all other times, they will be close enough to influence on our lives. Now, let's talk about North Node. North Node is your destiny is meeting actually Chiron. North Node, called in astrology, another way to call it, it's a dragon head. Did you know? And I love talking about dragons, especially this year. Last month it was Chinese New Year, and according to Chinese horoscope and Eastern calendar in general, it's a dragon year, 2024, such a karmic year. And in astrology, North Node is dragon head, and there is another node, South Node. It's a dragon tail. And they are always opposite to each other. They situated in your chart always against each other. So you can go and look it up in your chart, and because we cannot see it in the sky, you cannot see that because it's they are mathematical points. They are calculated automatically by your natal chart. And they are very important. North Node shows your destiny, dragon's head, where this dragon's head should be leading you, where is your life going, where you should be heading to, and where this lifetime is taking you to. And South Node is our past. By looking at our South Node, we can actually see who we've been in the past life, in our past lives. I believe in reincarnations. If you do believe, then it might be very interesting for you too. And South Node is, indicates some things that we should be releasing in this lifetime. We should be leaving behind, and it's our past, and we should be actually moving to our North Node, to the dragon head. And this dragon head, your destiny, and the line between them is called the destiny line, this dragon body. And your destiny will be meeting with Chiron. Now Chiron, you can look it up in on the sky, and it's an asteroid. According to Greek mythology, Chiron was a mythical creature, half human, half horse. And it's said to be he was a healer and a teacher. Now your destiny is meeting with a healer and teacher, to speak simple, in your family house. That's an amazing, isn't it? And I will give you a few topics that it might come up in your life, their conjunction might bring to your life, but so that you remember, not all of them will manifest into your life, just one or two, because we are all in a different life path and with different life situations, aren't we? So let's begin. Fourth house is your house of family. Your family, like where you come from, or the family that you were forming, like that you formed. Now, here, your destiny meeting healer indicates some of you guys, my dear Capricorns, will be getting back together with your, I don't know, ex-husband or ex-wife or ex-family members, mending the relationship in the family. You will have this chance to forgive each other, to forgive those who hurt you and those who you hurt. You will have this chance, and healer will bring the healing recipe for your wound. Like, you might actually forgive everyone, and you will have the power to accept others as they are and accept their forgiveness and heal your traumas in the family, and especially with mother. This involves with mother. Fourth house is the house of mother. Okay, some of you guys, my dear Caps, if everything is perfect and everything is amazing, friendly with your family, it might be with real estate, related with your real estate matters. Fourth house is like the house where we live, apartment where we live, like this building. So you might renovate it or actually teach and help others to build, to buy, or to sell, to choose the house or apartment or a land to build that house. You might be great teachers on that, my dear Caps. I bet you are very persistent and patient. Good teachers. You might be feeling like home where you are right now. If you are not in your birthplace, then wherever you are, you know, their conjunction might bring you a feeling of home, like having two houses or two homes. Why two? Because this Chiron, this asteroid and healer, because it consists of two incompatible parts, as I said, half human, half horse. Chiron is associated with number 2. And it might, all the topics just incorporate number 2. So it might be you will have two houses or like two homes. You will be feeling so much home somewhere else that you will be calling it my second home. Now, those of you who are not, let's say, in real estate business or not even related, nothing related in their lives with buying apartment right now or selling or teaching, it might be about immigration or citizenship status. Now, you might be busy with that. And at their meetup, you might move somewhere, like totally different place. Because Chiron is two incompatible parts. So you might move somewhere which is very, very different than you've been, than to the place that you've been. Or start actually teaching courses on how to immigrate or how to apply to citizenships or do all sorts of citizenship papers, like getting permanent residence permits or temporary residence permits. Like deal with those documents when you immigrate, and manage all sorts of errands around that topic. Fourth house is also traditions. Some of you guys, it's like, going back to a tradition that you lost or that you stopped doing or that you stopped celebrating. You might have this kind of revival of some sort of a tradition or a habit in your life. And those traditions and habits might be even 2, not 1. Okay, let's talk about your mind. Where is it going to be in March? Mercury, planet of communications, planet of all the news, letters. This is our little postman of the universe. It's like real postman who delivers letters in the real life. So planets have, the universe has its own postman. It's Mercury. Mercury is everywhere, almost everywhere. I love how Mercury is incorporated like in all parts of our planet. You can see its stature almost everywhere, I would say, in the streets, especially in New York. Did you ever know this? Those who are from New York. Okay, Let's see. Mercury, planet of signing contracts, also on 10th of March, right before few hours of the new moon, because 10th of March we have new moon of the month. So Mercury will slip into your house of family, bringing your thoughts to your family, to your real estate, to your mother. Also bringing all sorts of documents like applications, gatherings, applications to visa, residence permit, citizenship, or signing papers. Like you might get quite busy around 10th of March with those documents, and also more chats with your family and parents in general, especially with your mom. Now, new moon is all about new beginnings, some new chapter, new story in your life. On 10th of March, we have new moon in your house of communications. And that new moon will receive an opportunity, a contact, opportunity beam from Uranus, planet of surprises, amazing support. And you know, Uranus will be situated in your house of joy and house of children. Fresh breeze to your communication with siblings. And most probably it's been tough, you know, especially if you have siblings like brothers, sisters. It's been tough relationship between them recently, between you and them. But new moon appearing here, such a positive new moon, will bring that amicable, you know, energy to your relationship with them. And so you might go out together to have fun and make your relationship actually better, feel better. Or your actually siblings, like your brother or sister, might drop a news, very unexpected and surprising news of their pregnancy, that they are becoming parents, for example, a parent, and you becoming aunt or uncle, my dear Caps. If you don't have siblings and there is nothing to do with your siblings, for those Caps, Capricorns, it will be about languages, because third house is also a house of communication. That's why it's a house of languages. You might find a language that suddenly, in a surprising way, is interesting for you and beautiful as well to hear to you. Like there might be an opportunity to actually start learning it, or even learning anything like short-term courses, some new skills you're going to discover for yourself that you wanted to acquire. Like, you know, those skills, like nowadays everyone is learning AI, how to incorporate AI in their everyday life or businesses. So you might be getting on that. Or you know, there might be also a situation that the person actually that you start dating recently, seeing each other recently, might make a surprise for you by buying that course that you wanted. Or let's say also a driving lessons. That's also a particular skill, short term. So they might make a surprise for you by, you know, also gifting it to you. Actually, like courses of driving any transport, because third house is also house of transport, might be bicycle, or your this person of love interest that you start dating, seeing each other recently, might buy a car for you, and you will get amazing surprise. Or any type of transport, actually, like bicycle or motorcycle, or what is this called, scooters, any type of transport. Or another surprise might be coming in. It also could be travel, like short distance travel. And also that surprise might be coming from that person of interest or from your kids. If you at that age and you have kids, children, they might give you a surprise, like to travel somewhere. Okay, those of you who won't be, you know, getting these kind of surprises and not even interested in learning something new, like some new skills acquiring, then it might be about signing contract. This new moon, you might be signing a contract to start your own business. Like you might be opening even the doors of your business. Some of you guys, those are who are more outgoing, talkative Capricorns, my dears, you might start actually being a member of a new friendship circle, like a new community, like community member that you met while partying, this kind of friends, or having fun, not only partying but fun, whatever that means for you, whatever activity that means actually doing for you. Also, if this is not about your friendship circle and people surrounding, as third house indicates, it might be that you will give a speech or a performance, like, presenting something, some presentation, singing somewhere. And that opportunity might come out of the blue, totally from nowhere, totally that you won't expect it for sure. And especially this is very true for those who are in a creative area. It will be a double joy, very lucky opportunity. Like, those creativity area of like those who are singers, actors, painters, photographers, dancers, any creativity arts that you can think of. Okay, but let me warn you, about this, about the first half of the month of March, and in particular with this new moon, we will have two planets that will be in argument with each other. They will be quarreling. Planets, like people, they are telling stories of your, March life. And I'm just telling you, or they're telling me. And they're like people. They are sometimes in a good mood, chatty, all buzzy with each other, friendly, and sometimes they are quarreling. And in March, we will have only two planets who will be not in a good relationship, and those planets are Uranus, surprise planet, and Mars, planet of action, planet of motivation, and also planet of war. And their argument will reach climax at 9th of March. Like, they will be in a heated argument exactly on 9th of March, right before this new moon. And Mars will be transiting exactly your house of the new moon, that 9th of February appeared, the new moon on 9th of February. And that new moon, we all received unexpected, unpleasant, and surprising news, each of us, because Uranus, planet of surprises, didn't like that new moon on 9th of February, around that day. And Mars, coming to the point of that new moon on 9th of March, will be activating the news for you. And those of you who say, no, I didn't get any news, nothing sudden, nothing unexpected, nothing unpleasant, now brace yourselves. Mars will activate that new moon's message now, around 9th of March for you guys. And whatever Mars touches in natal chart, it activates it in a pretty materialistic way. So, like, materializing it into our lives. But don't be sad, my dear Capricorns, because in general, I would like to tell you, like, new moons and full moons, any new moons in astrology and any full moons, how do they act? They don't usually act on the same on that exact date they appear, but like only some of us will get the news of the new moon and full moon on the day it appears. But most of us, we usually get the news of the full moon and new moons within 10 days it appears. So allow it 5 days before and 5 days after new moon. So that 10 days frame, for example, let's say this month in March, we have a new moon on 10th of March. It means this new moon will be delivering news to each of us, its news to each of us, beginning from 5th of February up until 15th of February. So they are influential all these days, and you might receive on any date of this 10 days period. Now, about this quarrel between Uranus and Mars, do not be sad, my dear Capricorns, because all other planets will be working hard to bring this March in amazing ways. So I'm more than sure that this Uranus and Mars argument will not be so effective. But so just that first half of the month will be colored with this kind of energy of these two. And I advise you to check back the forecast for February month on my YouTube channel, so that you will have some ideas what to expect from their argument. Now, let's talk about love. Better topics. Planet of love and beauty, Venus, on 11th of March will move into your house of communication. That's an amazing place. And Venus is exalted in that sign where it moves. And that sign happens to be your third house, house of communications. Exalted, every planet has its sign of exaltation, meaning they are showering us with their best behavior, best features, best qualities. And it's a powerful planet in the sign of their exaltation. They really, really show off. And Venus will be at its best beginning 11th of March, when it will move into your third house, bringing love and understanding with your relatives and siblings, if you have them, siblings and neighbors. Because it wasn't easy. I get it. As I said, there is Saturn there whole year, and Saturn, gives us lessons of life, karmic lessons around these topics, and it wasn't so easy for you guys about relatives, relationships, and siblings and the neighbors. I understand, I see that, and planets tell it pretty clear. But when Venus moves in here, it will soften it and will bring more love and understanding to those relationships, bringing softer and smooth kind of tone to actually your words, to their words, spoken words, communication style also. It also might bring kind of a flirty mood, like, exchanging, let's say, looks with your neighbor or winking to each other. Oh dear, what are you doing, my Capricorns? Tell me all about it. Or chatting, actually, a lot with someone you start like recently dating, or chats with your children, if you have them. If you are at that age, you will be having quite a lot of chit chats with your kids, and maybe about their dating stories, because Venus rules your kids' house and rules your flirty mood, and also it rules your true love house. Now, you should tell me all about your neighbor crush. Those of you who have it, I will be waiting in the comments, dear Capricorns. Now, let's move to our giver of life, light of the universe, Sun, on 20th of March will move into your house of family, bringing light to your home situation, or even, let's say, bringing inheritance, like real estate that you have right for from your childhood family. Also bringing your attention to immigration matters, those papers that you've been busy with since the beginning of March, citizenship papers, residence permit papers, and that real estate that you are planning to buy. And 20th of March happens to be a spring equinox. Finally, we will get exact same dose of daylight and nightlight, and day and night will be same. We will have same length, and after this date, they will be getting longer. Ooh, finally, I love that. And summer is coming, guys. Now, Mars, your motivation, your activities, your drive, where you put your effort in March. Let's see. 23rd of March, Mars will be moving into your house of communication. You might feel actually relieved, as since it was in your second house, Mars most of March will be transiting your second house, house of money, your financial house. You might have been, spending a lot. Mars here might have been giving you high spendings. Now it will be over finally. You will stop that Hunger Game, buying everything. So, it will give more action with your actually brothers, like sisters, siblings, or relatives in general. or even travels with them. You might travel with them, or they will travel. They will visit you, or you will visit them, or or even without. Actually, maybe it will be your neighbors. And that travel, most probably will be short distance travel, somewhere very near. And you will have the motivation and drive to start learning new skills, like maybe driving skills. Maybe you will be driving. Maybe you will be attending driving school, or some other skills like coding. And it is also indication of a lot of active communications, like chats. Your life gets busy, my dear Capricorns, from 23rd of March onwards. Some new ideas you will be thinking about, chatting about, communicating about. Also here, there might be surgeries. Some Capricorns might need a surgery. Not necessarily like serious ones, like big and complicated ones, but it could be even small and some easy ones, like happening in your, let's say, it might be also happening to your sibling or some relative, or you might hear about, let's say, your neighbor who got a surgery, planned or unplanned, because Mars rules everything sharp, all the objects sharp, like surgical knives and knives in general. And Mars coming to your third house indicates, there might be some sort of surgery news happening in your siblings, or in general relatives, or some neighbors' lives. In general, also, some of you guys might be speaking, writing a lot. That is actually unusual, right? Or maybe you're writing a book. You will start writing a book or an article on this date. Mark this date, my dear Capricorns, and let me know. Very interesting one. Intriguing, isn't it? Now, March will be wrapping up with lunar eclipse, the first one of 2024, on March 25th. Now, eclipses, it will be full moon, lunar eclipse, and full moons, they are like big projectors, like a bulb of light, and they bring big attention to something in your life that was most probably building up until this point, some story, some chapter in your life, and it will get a culmination. And full moons are also about closures, some last sort of sentence, some news. And eclipses, they have 10 power of 10 full moons, not just one full moon. And let me tell you, if new moons and full moons, they are actively bringing news within 10 days they appear. Eclipses, they are actively bringing news within 6 months they appear. So up until next set of eclipses, they always come in pair. And I will make another video on eclipses, so stay tuned for those who are interested. I will give more insights. What is it about eclipses? How do they happen? And they happen because of nodes, lunar nodes that I mentioned in the beginning. And they happen to be in your angular house, very sensitive one, in your career house. You are the luckiest, my Capricorns. This is happening in your highest house. If you look at the clock, it will show 12, midday, or midnight. So this is the highest point of your chart. And eclipses will be activating this highest point of your chart, meaning your career, social status, life, up until end of January 2025. And they will be transforming. Eclipses like an elevators of the universe. This is an amazing tool, for universe to pinpoint for you something like, hey, look at here. This is how real situation is in reality. Not how you think, but this is how it is. And you should be, it usually calls for action, like always. And that's why they are elevators. They bring us 10 floors up where you should be already now, but without eclipses we would be getting there maybe in 10 years with our human mind. So anyhow, eclipses are always for the good. They act for the good. Now, with first our eclipse, lunar eclipse, full moon lunar eclipse, on 25th of March, it will, this eclipse will be supported in amazing ways by Pluto, planet of transformation, such a karmic planet, insanely supported. And Pluto will be in your house of money. And now that I call exactly bingo. You are so fortunate, my dear Caps. Uh, this is exactly the news, the part that I really wanted to tell you this forecast. Big fortune, big money, getting money, dear Capricorns. And please share with that money with me. Joking. Anyhow, now I'm really envy, but in a very good way. But okay, let me tell you why. 10th house, as I said, is the highest house. It's the like highest house that we can reach. It means everything like social status, career, reputation, admiration is everything is here in your 10th house of the zodiac wheel. And I will give you a few topics that might come up in your life, but again, one or two might be concerning your life, but not all. Depends where we are right now, right, my Capricorns? Now let's begin. 10th house is the house of social status. And for Capricorn, social status is vital, isn't it? Something's coming up to and it's coming to light. You will know something which will raise your money, like you will have as well. Actually, that information will boost your salary, skyrocket it. It might be new high profile position or a new job, the news of a new job offer or a position with actually heavy responsibilities at the same time, but with amazing great salary. But you're not the ones who are afraid of heavy responsibilities, aren't you? You're amazing Capricorns, go-getters. Might be that a friend will be very helpful, will be very instrumental to reach that social status of a new high-profile job or a position. And even over internet, some sort, with the help of internet or social media, boosting your social presence as well. And whatever comes up with this lunar eclipse, it will be with a big salary, and it will be for a long period, because Pluto is a time planet. It could be as long as for 20 years. Another topic could be that of your father. Also, a situation would be similar to this. If it's not you, for some Capricorns, it will be their father's situation reflection. Maybe you are the son or daughter of such father, such an amazing father who will reach the highs of their career right now around this March full moon lunar eclipse. What else? And Pluto in general rules your house of dreams, your wishes, and giving amazing support to lunar eclipse. It will bring forth your wish, my dear Capricorns. For some Capricorns, a wish about your salary, earning abilities, or material possessions. Maybe it's to be financially free, like have a financial freedom, and whatever actually it means to you. It seems like you will be getting it through status change. So your status will change, and that dream of yours will materialize. Or it could be vice versa. So amazing news, my dear Capricorns. Please let me know if this really happens in your life. I will be doubly happy for you. For some Capricorns, you might be getting married to someone very powerful and rich. Emphasize rich. Or vice versa, your child might become someone influential, like giving you chance to enjoy it also. So maybe if you have kids, then it might be your kids who become that powerful and rich person, giving you also enjoyment of life. Another Capricorns might be getting a title like best employee or any other title, and your money will be adding up. Of course, consequently to your title. Or it might be a prize, a nomination, like Oscar nomination. amazing things in store for you, isn't it, my dear Capricorns? And Pluto, as I said, it rules your house of future. It seems like giving you this chance to open the doors of your future that will be remarkable. You will have those keys, that key to open your future, my dear Capricorns. And some of you might have been already feeling it and actually reaching your highest points in your career since last year, July. Since that time, eclipses were happening in this area of your life, in your house of career, 10th house, my dear Capricorns. This was your horoscope for March, and I wish you the best March. And it seems like all the planets are twinkling for you because of all the positive changes that wait for you, my dear Capricorns. Please do let me know what was the message of this full moon lunar eclipse, powerful and positive one, in the comments under this forecast. Bye bye.